What's up, everybody? This is Black Nerd Planet.
Yo, what up?
We're two guys in a room talk about games and movies and cartoons and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And it's your boy, M.
It's your boy, Jordan. I tried to rhyme it, but it didn't work.
That's crazy. Man.
Oh, man. But these shows come out on Wednesdays. But if you like to get them early, they come out on Sundays. Patreon.com/BlackNerdPlanet. $1 a month. You get all our episodes for free. That's $4 a month because we do them weekly. And blacknerdplanet@gmail.com if you got any concerns or questions and things. All right, Mordecai. But on that note, man, what's up, dog?
Yo,
you been playing games?
Yeah, I've been playing Ultimate Alliance some more. I've been playing that. I don't know, because honestly don't even actually know how many hours I have overall in it. But I'm like, I say about 5 or 6 like bosses maybe. Or maybe like mini bosses. I don't know.
Mini
you know
boss. What's the setup on that? I mean, I'm assuming it's like each area has like a big guy comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, like they have it where it's like basically, like you said, each area is like it's got like a big villain, and then you got like maybe sometimes you have to fight like 2 smaller villains, or like somebody is
fight
like,
my minions.
Or somebody's like taking over, and you got to fight them to regain they mind back. You know what I'm saying? Like to get their mind.
Is that how you like unlock characters and stuff?
Yeah, sometimes yeah.
Instead of them just being like, "Oh yeah, here's Spider-Man."
Yeah,
like
just pull up in New York, like, "Yo, I just got out of Uber. What y'all about to do?
Oh man, y'all fighting Dr. Doom?
Cool. I'm tired. I got some energy today." So yeah, it's like that where you gotta fight just random people basically, because it's like all the villains and all the heroes and everybody coexisted. So sometimes you just go to a place, or the story just kind of goes to, the academy, you know what I'm saying? Professor X and stuff.
The typical Marvel areas.
Yeah, for sure.
An abandoned warehouse.
Stark Towers, exactly.
How many abandoned warehouses are there in comic books?
It's so, I just want to know, what was those warehouses? Were they just only built to be abandoned? Like they just spent the money to build it,
get
and
some insurance claims on these one day. I'm sure the X-Men will be here.
It's just a construction team. They just halfway build it and never come back, and just leave and never come back. We done now. Yes.
I put so much money into this, but Iron Man blew it up.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Thanks, Avengers, for that check I just received.
They're just getting paid off the city.
Oh man, yeah, man, you been watching anything, dog? We've been slow. I know you've been watching MasterChef.
No, and I finished that. So now, I ain't really watching nothing. I haven't found like a show to watch now.
Demon Slayer.
I know, man, but I don't know. You just gotta because you gotta be ready to watch a show like that. You gotta set it up. That's like playing Monster Hunter.
No, I did the same thing though in starting it, because especially when people hype it up like I keep doing. You're like, I'll get to it on my own time. But once you do, you'll be in the mood then. Trust me. Like, you're gonna be just fine when you start it up.
Yeah, so I just been watching
random
filibuster,
things.
Just like, King of the Hill and stuff, goofy stuff.
Comfort shows.
Yeah, exactly. And I've been trying to play Monster Hunter. I've been planning it out in my day, like in my head, scheduling out time to be like, all right, I'm about to sit down and play Monster Hunter. Because we talked about before, where you got to dedicate some time to that. But every time I do it, either whatever I'm trying to do, I get lost and I forget and just end up circling the area that I'm in. Or
aimless hunting isn't good.
Or I'm just something's going on. I don't actually get to finish playing. I gotta keep, because you can't pause it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so that is a downside.
If stuff is happening around you, you gotta be able to be like, nah, shh, get out of here, or whatever. So, I fought a few monsters, and I even had got on there the other day. You was playing, and I joined in a session with you or whatever, but I didn't text you or nothing, say I was on the game.
I seen you popped up, and I forget what was going on at that exact moment where I didn't say something. Because I don't even know. I'll get to what I've been on there, though.
Yeah, because, matter of fact, I ended up leaving from the room, and then when I came back, it had said you left and you got off and stuff. So it was no point. I could have just loaded it up regular at that point.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's about it, I guess.
Yeah, that's about it. That's not much for me either, really.
Oh yeah, my bad to cut you off. I guess I can't say about Gemini Man or whatever because I watched that.
What I've only heard one other person's small opinion on it. What did you think?
Okay, well, I was falling asleep a little bit. Did do a little nodding.
Did you see it late or something?
Yeah, it was like a 10 o'clock one.
Oh damn, yeah. That's why I can't do late movies.
Yeah, it was crazy. And then so yeah, it was cool. It was just like a little goofy action movie, man. It was
just Will Smith being Will Smith.
Yeah, for sure. And the CGI was weird. He was like a robot. He was walking funny. It was funny looking. And I could have been tripping, I guess, because I was kind of sleepy. But it was goofy looking to me.
Yeah, I've been wanting to see it, but I had forgot it came out, honestly. I wasn't extremely excited, but I was like, oh, this looks decent. It reminds me of all the other Will Smith action movies, exactly. The stuff he likes doing most of the time. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I can't do late movies though. The latest I can go movie is 7 o'clock. Because after that, it's a wrap.
Yeah,
I've never had good luck with later ones. That's fair though.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of get what you expect out of movies like that anyway. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we talked about that where sometimes you just gotta go into a movie knowing this is just gonna be a popcorn crunching movie, just to see some ridiculousness.
Just to be outside for a second.
I'm not looking for an Oscar-winning theatrical film or anything. I just want to go on this date or whatnot.
Yeah, and a lot of the movies that I have been going to see have been that kind of stuff, or even just the kind of stuff that we gonna talk about on the show or something. You know what I mean? Just that kind of stuff. So it's shoot, man, let me just watch this little bull crap real quick, man.
If you miss a movie these days, they be out of theaters so quick.
Yeah, that's true.
They be on Blu-ray in 3 months. So
might as well just save that $20 for about 3 weeks.
The turnaround is crazy. It seemed like movies didn't come out on TV or video for so long back in the day.
Yeah, they didn't. Stuff was in the movies, and it wasn't even in the movies for a long time, but it was just a long space in between when it came out in the theaters and when they released it on DVD.
And now they do the digital releases first all the time. Get this digital. Yeah. Da-da-da-da. It's damn, that mug just came out. I was thinking about that though. Obviously Netflix and, does their movies and whatever. But if a Disney just said, we're just going to put out our movies on the Disney Plus now. You know what I mean? And you just pay an extra $10. You know what I'm saying? They would probably make the same. Disney would come out way stronger. Obviously, the movie theaters wouldn't like that. Yeah. But they could really Disney would probably be the one that could really do that. Where they just be well, we're just gonna put out the next, whatever the hell.
Yeah.
On the, you can just watch it at home. People would way rather do that.
Do you think that? Because I feel and I know it's a little bit different, but just in the way of Blockbuster and Family Video and stuff, because weirdly Family Video is still open now, but do you think that the movies going to the movies will ever be like that? You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean?
With stuff being digital now and getting that straight to Disney Plus streaming, or this movie just dropped on Netflix but it's these big actors, or you know what I'm saying? Do you think that going to the movies will ever be closed down basically or something? Not closed down, but you know what I'm saying?
Just not a thing.
Yeah, just where it's just fade away basically.
I was thinking about that, which just trails into what I was going to talk about a little bit, but going to the theaters now, at least one that we live close by, you go in there, like, I don't really, unless it's like a Avengers or something, and it's on a Friday or a Saturday, you don't really see a lot of people in the movie theater anymore. And even like at the AMC, like when I worked at the theater back in 2007 to whatever the hell, it was always like packed. I mean, weekdays, you know, whatever, it's not many people, but it always seemed like there was so many people working and there's a lot of people coming in. But nowadays, they got like 2 people on the register.
Yeah, for sure.
And, you know, half the time you don't even really need ticket people because everybody buys them online.
Yep, that's what I'm saying.
So it is weird. I mean, obviously the movie industry's still doing fine because movies are still making a good amount of money, but
and it's still like an event, kind of like going to the movies is like a thing. So I don't think that it'll really like fade away. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's just asking because it's like comparing it to the stuff that they doing. Because like you said, I mean, you know, it's crazy movies that come straight to Netflix. You know what I'm saying? That you like better than the stuff that comes out in the theater sometimes. So it's just like, how long will people just be like, you know what? I ain't going outside. I'm not going to the theaters no more.
Because it's a lot to do with the experience. Because I like going to the movies because just the feeling of it is different, you know, especially, you know, big screen and, you know, being with whoever and all that kind of stuff. And being at home is fine, but it's not the same thing as even because it's, you know, relating it to like a basketball game for me. Right. I watch basketball on TV all the time, but actually being at the game and being in that environment, you know what I'm saying? It's such a different thing. Yeah. And that's not the same because you're not in the theaters like stomping on the ground or nothing. But
nah, but that's what you can compare it to. It's just like that's the version that you would be if you was at the theaters or if you was at the game. So yeah, I don't know. That's how I was just thinking about that. Yeah,
I think it's gonna take a while. You know, it could be some years. I don't know, but it depends on how. Because even with my Disney idea, they already taken over. But it's like the only reason for the theater to get any money is from concessions, and I don't really know the splits on how movie tickets go out, but they don't really get as much. You know what I'm saying? They don't get the money like the theater. I mean, not the theater, but the movie maker does from the ticket sales. So, however that would work, I don't know. But it would only be certain companies where that would make sense, like a Disney or Sony or Paramount, whatever the hell.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's interesting to see because, and this is unrelated, but it's in the same boat. Like Andrew Yang, who's running for president, was talking about how it's a study basically saying by like 2030, like 150 million jobs or 15 million, something like that. A big number will just be like of jobs will just be replaced by robots by that point. And it's like, that's only 10 years away. Which, I mean, conceivably, you could go to the movie theaters without people working there. You know what I'm saying? It could just be robots running the ship. Like, honestly, as a person that turns on the switch and doesn't do anything.
Because as long as you got, like, you know, your ticket and stuff, if you scanned it, that would be the only thing that the only thing that you would really need for people being there is like if somebody tries to take somebody's seats or you know what I'm saying, people in there acting crazy or something.
It might be a robot that can fix the brake.
A robot maintenance man.
Oh geez,
that's rough because man, it don't really take much to be a maintenance man. I mean, not that it doesn't take much, but you know what I'm saying. Like for you to be like anybody can be a maintenance man.
A lot of people that don't want that job. Shit, they'll replace your ass
with a robot. That's crazy.
No, that's real shit though, man. But
good luck with that, because I'm cool. I'm out of here by robot time.
Yeah.
I'm good on them robots, boy.
Oh man, but my life, what have I been doing? I've been doing a lot of monster hunting. I'm at 250 hours. I'm at a high 200 number now, totally. So I've added another close to probably at least another 50 to 75 hours since Iceborne came out, had to be. And I just got past Rajang, which is the big, essentially if Goku turned into an ape and was in Monster Hunter, this is the monster that it would be, because it goes freaking like Super Saiyan, like Gold Ape, and he does like Kamehameha, like mouth beams, and like it's pretty crazy, dude. And it's not even like the biggest monster. Like I was telling you the other day, it's not like the biggest monster on there, but he's one of like the most fearsome and stuff. And it took me I think it took me 5 times to get through it. The first 2 times I tried by myself, and then the other couple times I had got into some other sessions with people on like multiplayer. And the one I finally beat him, I was playing with just a regular bow and arrow guy, and I was using my dual blades. So it's one of those fights where you have to like damn near just be like really methodical, and you can't just like go hack and slash on him, because like if you get caught up, like it was just like he literally has like a move where he grabs you and like shakes you and just like throws you at the wall and then like runs up to you, and like you have like time to try to move or whatever, but he like kind of like smack the shit out of you. So it's pretty fucking intense, man. It was fun. It's fun though. But now it's the monsters that I know are about to come up. I'm even more like afraid of. Yeah. The game is just tight, man. When you get to the point where you seeing all these like ridiculous monsters and stuff. I know you still at the early stages,
man. And it's such a grind right now that it's killing me, man. It's killing me because I want to play this game so bad, but it's just like, man, I just.
Yeah, and I think because I know you using the glaive, which is like the spear thing, whatever. The devil sticks, which I like to call them, like gym class. But I feel like you maybe want to try different weapons on there, which just to see, you know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know how much you've experimented.
Yeah, not really that much.
Because that's what I would do, especially like in the early game. I would just try like different like dual blades or like the switch axe and stuff like that. Because the insect glaive is fun, but it's a lot to manage, especially since you're not used to like the game, you know what I'm saying? And just like the style of gameplay that it is, I guess. At least I'm assuming, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, because I don't know. I understand how that works because you, like you said, I don't actually know about what and stuff, so I just kind of, that's all I know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm getting to the point where I'm learning about it and I'm being able to use it effectively. So it's kind of like, dang, do I really want to? Because I haven't. I experimented like a few times.
Yeah.
And even during one of them little fights I was doing, I had switched to like a bow or something. But I got that shit out of here. But yeah, so. It just, like you said, I just really gotta play it more, really.
Yeah.
And then that'll kind of, open the doors for me to see, oh, I can use this, or this does make sense.
Yeah, I just feel like I'm not like a master hunter or anything, but I just think it's a little easier for newcomers, because that's how I started, where I was just using. First, I really was on, in the older games, I would just do greatsword or like switch axe or the charge blade. But then on this one, that's mainly what I did was switch axe, charge blade, and then now I'm like experimenting with other things, which is something you really have to do later. But yeah, I just think some weapons are meant to be a little easier.
Yeah,
make it definitely. But yeah, I want you to get through it. And I was like, I could like be helping you because I helped you on a couple of them, but I was like, nah, because I'm handicapping the experience, and then you're not gonna get as much money and stuff, which is pretty necessary.
And a lot of that like first stuff is kind of like where you gotta wait for me to watch the cutscenes and stuff too. So it's not just like I'm just out like, go fight this monster. You gotta go find this monster. Right now it's a lot of, all right, we need to gather supplies and get materials. Here, take this pig to the farmer down the block.
Yeah, man, it'll get better, man. Trust me. You just have to stick to it and figure out your style.
I'm just, like I said, even just like at the beginning of the day being like, all right, I'm going to dedicate like 1 whole hour and a half to Monster Hunter at this time.
Yeah, it's a little tough. Yeah. Just a tad bit.
That mug crazy. But that mug, it is a good game though, honestly. And even the little bits of time that I have put into it, I have a good time playing it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm actually like hunting some monsters and like progressing. You know what I'm saying? So it's still a fun game and stuff.
Yeah.
It's one of those games.
What else? Yeah, that's really all I've been doing game wise. I started messing with my Vita again, but not like a lot. I had just, because I had got the red one when we was in Japan, so I had turned that on, actually set it up, because I realized it was just sitting in the box. It's like, I'll just actually turn it on, but there's not really nothing to say about that. I saw Addams Family with the family, and it was a decent movie. I ain't got much to say about it. It was kind of just it was Addams Family, but it was like a typical kind of kids movie. Yeah. But it had a good message and stuff about like being different or like not being like other people and everything. Yeah. Kind of just living your life and not sticking to traditions as much and things like that. It was like the main theme. I didn't know what the movie was going to be about. I thought it was just going to be them doing creepy stuff for an hour and a half. But it was cool. My daughter didn't think she wanted to see it. She's like, I don't want to go. And then, of course, she liked it in the end. I was like, see?
Which one, though?
Negative.
Sky?
Yeah, London. Youngest one. She always does that. She was like sitting at home. She's a little hermit kid. Yeah. Even though she always want to be out doing stuff. It's weird. She's just a weird kid. But I did, for people, and this is like a whole like indie thing, for people in the city that care about skateboarding, their skateboard apparel and stuff, there's a shop that I don't know if I was telling you about this, but there's a new shop. It's not even new. It's like 2 years old. It's called Minus Skateboard Shop or whatever. And there's one in Carmel and there's one in the city. And I knew there was one in Carmel because it used to be Rise. But I like dudes like bought it, whatever, like switch name and all that stuff. But I didn't know that there's one out on the east side, close to like Broad Ripple area, like Keystone area. Oh, okay. That it's been like I said, it's been there for like a couple years, and I didn't know about it. You know, I haven't been skateboarding for a while, so it's like it wasn't like I was like truly paying attention. But I went in there this past Saturday, and it's pretty dope. And there's some cool people in there. Guy that owns it is pretty dope. It was just kind of goofy, but ended up getting a skateboard in the story. Haha, nice. And it's like, God damn it.
You about to get back to skateboarding?
I'm going to have to now. Because I was like, man, I went in there, I'm thinking I'm just going to get like a shirt. You know what I'm saying? Like one of like the shop shirts or something. Man, I got the shop board or whatever. I'm like, God damn it. Yeah. But it was one of them things where like, I had like the whole urge again. I was like, man, I haven't skated for real so long. And then I got in there, it just like brought back this whole thing. So I hope it's not like a nostalgia trip. Cause like, you know, I spent 10 years of my life skateboarding like a lot. You know what I mean? So it's just like goofy that over the last 10 of me being not skating, you know, so I always still watch stuff on YouTube or whatever and try to follow it. But then I was like, man, I could still just do it whenever. You know, so it's not like I'm trying to fucking be pro or anything. But I definitely just had that new sense of like, damn, man, skating still is tight. And especially now with it being way more popular. And I think I equated it to Pokemon, where it's like it's so popular, but it's at like a stable point where the people that are in it, and everybody on the outside are like, is that's still a thing? You know what I mean? Yeah. But it was pretty goofy. Cause I went in there probably like 5:00 afternoon, and it closed at 7. So I already was like, man, I hate going in the stores late, cause you know how you be. You're like, man, don't nobody need to be in here. But it was just funny, cause like a whole bunch of other people came in at that time too. But it was just kind of goofy, like seeing how, cause skateboarding is so diverse and stuff. You know what I mean? So it's just cool seeing different personalities come in there and people saying different things and people having different knowledge in different situations and stuff. So it just brought a whole different, not different, but like bringing that shit back into my head. It was pretty tight.
Skateboarding is tight. I always like skateboarding. And I mean, I do more watching of people skateboard than myself actually skateboard. And even I played like, you know, having like tech decks and stuff. Yeah. But yeah, I've been like some of the artists that I follow on Instagram, like Puya, which I don't think you know who that is. I ain't seen that. But he just started skateboarding again, and like so he's like posting videos of himself. You know what I'm saying? Doing skateboard tricks and stuff. And I just seen a video of Rich the Kid skateboarding. So it's like, you know, that's tight.
Yeah, and I was definitely one of those like gatekeeper people back in the day, especially when like Lil Wayne like made it all mainstream and stuff or whatever that was. Which I mean, he actually takes it seriously. But you know, back then it was like all the people that was like, you know, looked down on especially black kids that skate, you know what I'm saying? And then when he made it a fad for a lot of people, and you know, a lot of people got into it because of him, I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure.
And like Pharrell and TK and stuff, but yeah, it was just like one of those things like, man, y'all was roasting me, you know what I'm saying, back in the day, and now y'all want to be cool and wear Vans and stuff. Like, it's stupid. But now it's just like, whatever, you know what I'm saying? It just makes it a bigger thing and more profitable and stuff, because these skateboarders, man, they make a lot of money nowadays. And back in the day, them dudes was broke. But that was just the life, though, you know what I'm saying? Skating and not worrying about getting free clothes from sponsors and stuff, but I'll get off of that tangent.
Yeah, nah, because skateboarding is tight, though. So, you know, that's cool that you actually. Now, obviously, me, and I'll speak for the listeners and the fans that we have, videos or it didn't happen. Yeah. So when you get back out there,
I got a little video, but it's definitely me looking super like trash.
We gonna be hounding you about it. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna go because I figured out it's a park over like around that same area that I didn't know about. It's like kind of, I guess it's like small, but it's good enough for the purpose. So I'm gonna try to check it out and like Major Taylor and stuff again. I'll be out there with them little kids. Who is this guy?
Yeah, that's cool though. That's tight.
Moving on from me.
Yeah, I was gonna say something before we got into it, but I don't remember, so just forget it.
Yeah. Well, I think this is time to get into news then, if you don't got nothing else that's random.
It was something too, but yeah, it's gone.
So, getting into the news, we're going to start with old video games, not to get all professional talky, but I thought this first one was pretty tight. You know, we've been talking about Monster Hunter and how that's like so like 14 million copies or whatever. So PC, I got this from PCGamesN.com, which I had never heard of, but Dustin Bailey from there wrote about how Capcom is willing to revive dormant IPs, or intellectual property if you don't know what that means. So, you know, Capcom's famous for Monster Hunter, Devil May Cry, Resident Evil, but this year they had Devil May Cry 5 come out, which did pretty well. I've only played a little bit of it. And then Resident Evil 2 did really well. And I want to play it, but I'm waiting for it to be like $20. But they're saying, you know, based off of how those games have done, and they have re-released like Resident Evil 4 like 1,000 times, and Dragon's Dogma they re-released a couple times. So basically they're saying from this last financial report, like conversation they had, they're just willing to bring back older things. So a lot of people were thinking like Darkstalkers and like Dino Crisis, which I'm a big Darkstalkers fan because that's a fighting game which I don't think they've had a new Darkstalkers since like early 2000s. I think like on the PSP might have been the last time they had a game. But yeah, it's like goofy. That's where a lot of the Felicia, like the cat girl, comes from that you see like in Marvel vs. Capcom and stuff. But I thought that was pretty cool. Especially because Capcom went through like a period of like super trash bag games coming out or just not doing anything at all. Yeah. And then they've had Mega Man 11 come out, but they had a whole debacle with how Mega Man has been treated in the modern times. I don't know if there's anything Capcom related that you can think of that you care about too much. But
no, I guess not. Yeah. Monster Hunter. I mean, old stuff, but nothing that I think that I can like think of off the top of my head.
Yeah, it's pretty goofy because like I can't remember, and I mean I would hope they do more fighting stuff like Darkstalkers or more crossover games. But I can't, over the history of time, I can't think of how many Capcom games that I really played, even though I've always liked Capcom and stuff, but it's just for the few stuff that I guess I do care about. And they were so prominent, obviously, for like Street Fighter and stuff back in the day. So it's just kind of goofy that a company like that had so much success has to find like its way again in people's good graces, which they've had, but over this last year or two. But it's cool seeing that they're willing to get these older titles a new life. Because even there's another company I can't think, but I was thinking about the other day where Sega. like Sega has a lot of stuff that they could be putting out again, like a Crazy Taxi or they could do like Crazy Uber, but like you know what I'm saying, like stuff like that where it's just sitting there and no one's seen it again, like Power Stone or something. It's like, why not? Like, what's the point of not trying again? You know,
people like that stuff, man. People like nostalgia. I mean, you know, stuff that's like nostalgic to them and the good old days. So I think it would be cool, or I think that it's not like the stuff wouldn't sell. You know what I'm saying? Where people be like, damn, I always wanted to play, man. I love that game.
Like, stuff just has to be decent. You know what I'm saying? Your graphics gotta be decent, and the story has to be not. You gotta
put some effort into it. You know, it's not just gonna be. You're not just gonna be able to just like
throw it out there.
Yeah, but still, I mean, as a company, I feel like I would want to do that.
Yeah, you know, it's something to be said about companies doing new things, but at the same time, if something hasn't been out for like 10 years or 15 years or whatever, then it's okay. But you know, if it's like Assassin's Creed where it's like every year or whatever, then it's like, all right, maybe we can take a break.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, nobody's gonna get upset. The next thing I wanted to mention, next thing I wanted to mention was Outer Worlds. And I had mentioned this game back like E3 time. I don't know if you remember us talking about it at all. It wasn't like a deep conversation. Yeah. But Outer Worlds is the new open they're saying it's like open world, but it's kind of not at the same time. RPG that's made by Obsidian. That they're the ones that made Fallout New Vegas, which a lot of people like. They this new game. It looks like Fallout, but it's not. It's like a basis of the story is I wrote it down. I don't know how to read anymore. The basic story is that it takes place in a place called Halcyon. And it's the furthest colony in the galaxy, owned by corporations, which sounds pretty scary. And you play as a customizable character that gets lost in transit on a colonist ship, and you awake decades later to figure out that you're in the midst of a deep conspiracy threatening to destroy the colony. So essentially, what they're saying is it's gonna be like Fallout, but it's not gonna be like one central like open world. And it's gonna be like different like hub areas or like zones or whatever the hell you want to call it, levels. We don't call anything levels anymore. But I thought that was pretty interesting. They're taking that approach, but it looks interesting because it's like I said, it looks like Fallout, but usually in Fallout's sci-fi, but this one is the galactic space version, so it's like aliens and shit like that. And I had and I had been seeing this game pop up, like I said, E3 and whatever, but I hadn't really thought too much about it. It's coming out on PS4, Xbox, and Switch and PC, which one is coming out on Switch is pretty ridiculous since this is like a pretty big game. And Microsoft did buy Obsidian earlier this year, but I guess they've been making this game for so long that Microsoft was like, all right, I can still put it out on other things. But it is going to be it's going to be out on Game Pass as an exclusive on there. Not as exclusive, but it's going to be on Game Pass, so you can pay like that whatever amount you pay for Game Pass a month. So that's a pretty dope thing too. I'm considering getting. If I get it, I might want to do that on the PC or whatever. But have you played Fallouts at all? No. That was my next one. Yeah, I didn't feel like you had.
I think I might have played like 30 seconds of one. Like I had downloaded it or some at some point or something, but nah. No, matter of fact, you know what? It was when I was working at GameStop and I was like renting it or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
So, nah.
Yeah, because the last Fallout 76 I haven't played, but like single player for real, Fallout 4, I was like pretty hype on it. But it really was just like Fallout 3 with like better graphics. And I played it for a lot. I played a lot of it, but I didn't beat it because I was like, all right, I'm kind of over it. And like when I was looking at video at Outer Worlds, I was like, this looks interesting. But like I said, it just looks like Fallout, just with like a different setting. So I'm kind of split on if like I really care or not. It comes out October 25th, so it's not too far away.
That's next week. Well,
yeah, it really is.
Couple of days.
God damn, it is a couple of days. Or good grief.
Recording.
I don't know why I thought. Now I'm going backwards. I usually go forward. Now I'm going backwards, personally. One thing I saw in the article I read from Games Radar is usually in the Fallout games you have like the different RPG statistics and stuff like charm and strength and whatever the hell, intelligence and stuff. And this one they're gonna have the 6 skills, but they're also gonna have things that can be like a detriment to you. There's gonna be a flaw system, and what they're basically saying is there's a flaw system which offers you a negative trait that will debuff you as a result of certain in-game experience. So if you take a large amount of damage from a certain enemy, for example, you could develop a phobia of that person or enemy, whatever, and that flaw will be presented at that particular time. You could choose to like take that phobia, but you're also gonna get like a benefit from that at the same time. And I've never heard of a game doing that before, where they obviously there's things where you get like debuffs and stuff, or usually you just get like a stat boost or whatever. But I've never heard of a game doing that where they give you like a total negative, but then exchanging it with something good, I guess. Unless I'm just ignorant to that. Yeah, so that kind of intrigued me a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. That sounds cool.
Yeah, like just something different. I don't know if it's really gonna work out for the best, but you know, that's just them
that
trying
was
to sell
definitely
people.
an interesting thing to me. Like, as you know, hearing it, because like you said, I really didn't really know that much about this game, and so all of that stuff I'm just hearing right now.
Yeah.
Okay, dang, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, and I guess I hadn't put too much thought into it for whatever reason. And some reason, I guess I thought this game wasn't coming out till later because I just kind of forgot. But now I'm kind of like, But I also feel like I can wait. Like I'm not, because it, like I said, it just looks so much like Fallout, where I'm like, man, I don't know if I'm really gonna be missing out on things. And this is gonna be a case of reviews swaying me either way.
Yeah, I'm definitely. I mean, you know how I get down, so I'll definitely be waiting anyway. But that's also a Call of Duty. So
yeah,
same day as Call of Duty. So for me, I'm about to get Call of Duty.
And thanks for the segue, Mr. M. Because Call of Duty, according to Kotaku, is going to be doing something different with their DLC this year for the new Modern Warfare. Instead of them having a season pass, they're going to be doing they're going to have free content essentially, almost in like a Fortnite style, where there's going to be like all the maps and like weapons and stuff are going to be free, but they're going to have a battle pass system like a Fallout, where you know you can get free stuff playing it, but if you pay, I don't know what the battle pass is going to cost, but you'll get items from that, you know, getting a certain amount of experience over time and doing achievements and shit. So this is different for Call of Duty, and they've been doing microtransactions for the last few years, and I don't know too many people that have liked those at all. And they've been doing season passes and blah blah blah. So I don't know if this intrigues you anymore on Modern Warfare or not. I know you're gonna play it, but how do you feel about them going to that system? They did say though that the Battle Pass isn't gonna be out day one, but they haven't put a timetable. They haven't gave a timetable on it just yet. But how do you feel about that?
I think that's tight. I like to have things to do when I'm playing the game like Call of Duty or something anyway. You know what I'm saying? So like if I'm gonna actually be able to get stuff that matters to the gameplay based on me playing the game, you know what I'm saying, without having to pay for it, that's tight. I'm here for that. I mean, like I said, I'm gonna play it. Obviously, I'm pretty excited about it or whatever anyway, so I think that's cool.
Yeah, you know, and it's curious because, you know, like Fortnite or like Apex, they'll do the battle pass for like seasons are like 3 months usually. And with Call of Duty, I mean, we know it's a year game, essentially. You know, you can play it for more than the year that it is out. But how are they going to do the battle passes? Like, is it going to be every month is a different one or every 3 months? You know what I'm saying? Like, how are they expecting people to go about that? Because if they end up just saying it's a $60 thing for the battle pass, you know what I'm saying? But it's going to cover 12 months or something. I guess that's fine because the game is free, but then it's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of weird. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know how I feel about it, honestly.
Yeah, because that's what they kind of was doing on World War II, where it was like events that lasted for like a month or something, and you could get these certain items or these certain weapons during this time of the, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. But you also had to buy some stuff and get some coins to get all the stuff. So maybe they'll do it like that, or maybe they was doing that. You know what I'm saying? Kind of as a test to see how can they do it now. How can they actually make that the whole game or part of the whole game or whatever.
Yeah, and one thing I didn't mention, but that it's also important, is that there's not going to be loot boxes, though. Because even in... Fortnite doesn't have loot boxes, though.
No.
Yeah, nothing in Fortnite's loot-based, but Apex, there's loot boxes, like Overwatch and stuff, but... Which is, it's good that they're not going to do loot boxes in Modern Warfare. And even if they did, I would hope it'd be only cosmetic stuff. Yeah. But I think they need to stay as far away from any loot box controversy as much as possible. Yeah. Which a lot of games are trying to get through different like loopholes, especially because like different companies have laws on it now. I can't remember what game it is. It might be PUBG actually. And I forget the country, but with their loot boxes, there's like a thing where you can scan it first, and then it'll show you what's in the box. But you have to either buy it or some kind of thing that in this situation, but it shows you out of the loot box instead of you waiting until after you actually buy it, which I mean is cool, I guess. Yeah. And especially we gotta obey the law, but it's just weird how much the government getting involved with stuff.
Yeah. And I was gonna say something about them saying that the maps are having some free maps. I think that's cool, and that they should do that in all the Call of Duties. You know what I'm saying? Going forward, because especially like Apex or Fortnite, when they change the map, because it's a living thing, so you know what I'm saying, they can change pieces of it as they go, but they're not charging you for that. You know what I'm saying? Like to play just for a different background, basically. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, to have to pay like $15 for like 3 new screens, basically. It's just like, man, you should have been doing free maps, I feel like, because that's kind of part of it. The maps are a part of the game in that way, where it's like basically you saying like, I have to pay for guns on Call of Duty. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I mean, they have done that where they're like, yeah, you can get this certain gun to this thing for $5.99, but it's just like, bro, that's the game. Yeah, you tell me I gotta pay for the game, and then I gotta pay for key components of the game,
and it splits the fan base too, or the player base, I should say, because when you usually $15 for a map pack on Call of Duty, and a lot of times, one person will have it. And then all the other friends haven't bought it yet, and it's like, well, I guess I can't play these maps yet because you don't have them. So it's like, okay.
We ran into that a lot because I mean, I was playing World War II a whole bunch. You know what I'm saying? And we would run into that all the time. And even with like, Call of Duties before that, where I try to always get the map packs if I can, but obviously it's $15, so it's like, shoot, do I have that to put on that? But
then you gambling on if you even like the maps.
Exactly.
And you don't even have a choice really on playing them.
And then so it's like, okay, I do actually kind of want these maps, but none of my friends or the people that I play Call of Duty with the most are getting these map packs right now. So it's like, is it any
a waste of money?
Yeah, exactly. There's no point in me actually buying it. So it's like, like you said, that kind of splits it up where it's like, shoot, man, I can't even play with my friends. Man, forget it, man. We got to play something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a downer for sure. I'm curious on it. Like I kept saying over the year, I'm like, I'll just get Call of Duty, but there's a lot of stuff going on. / I don't know if I'm really gonna care to play it as much. I'm still doing Monster Hunter, and November is gonna be pretty big because what we're talking about next, Pokemon is coming out, and Pokemon came out with some more previews over the last week. I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but they did say some interesting things about the wild area for Pokemon Sword and Shield, which is the new like open area, like seeing actual monsters on the field or Pokemon on the field, whatever you want to call them. And but one thing they said was that you'll be able to see like very high level monsters in the wild area. So they didn't put like a number out there, but it put a lot of people in the mind of like, I know you haven't played Xenoblade, but on there, Xenoblade, you could be like in the first like map of like the game. you know, you're like level 5 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But you would go out into like the world area, and there's like some like level 50 like gorilla like standing in your way. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be I don't know if they're gonna do that, but it would be pretty interesting. You know what I'm saying? You run into like a Larvitar, or not Larvitar, but Tyranitar level 50 or something like out of nowhere. But you know, in Pokemon, there's always the restriction on them obeying your commands or whatever, which sounds pretty goofy saying it out loud, but they you know what I'm saying, because you got to get a certain amount of badges or whatever, a certain badge for like this level of Pokemon to not disobey what you're trying to say. So I wonder how that's gonna work out. And they also were saying in the wild area, or it may not just be in the wild area, but there's gonna be Pokemon that are, it's gonna be in wild area, because they're saying that there's going to be like a gold sparkle around some of the Pokemon, which would mean that they have like specific like IVs, like individual values, which are like the secret stats. And like that means like maybe their attack is at like full like potential or whatever. So that's going to cause a lot of people to go in a frenzy on like hunting for Pokemon and finding the right breeds and everything. And then, you know, we had talked about how there's going to be new things to get like the less involved with like competitive battling, to get into having Pokemon that can actually stack up, even if it's not like, you know, the strongest Pokemon, you know, statistic wise, where it could be, I don't know, it's gonna be like a Bidoof that can fight like you know, saying a Salamence or something, but having Pokemon that aren't just gonna get rocked out the gym. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty interesting, like the things that they're trying to do. I know they're also saying that you don't have to do I'll show you how to catch a Pokemon thing in this one. Man, I'm just kind of like, me personally, I'm like, well, damn, I want to actually do it, because you told me now I don't have to do it now. Even though it is just kind of annoying. Like, all right, I don't want to have to see this random guy throw a Pokeball at this Weedle again. Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
But yeah, the game comes out less than a month now. But it seems like what the people are saying is that they're doing a lot of, I was about to say optimistic, but they're going they're trying different things, but it's still Pokemon. So like, don't get like excited to the point where they're just doing everything different. Right. But they are putting some new spins on stuff.
Which, I mean, you know, it's like you want that. You want new stuff, but you don't want new stuff at the same time. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, it's time for some new stuff also, though. You know what I mean? Pokemon, as far as the games go, have been pretty much that same basic formula for years now. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole new system. It's a chance to be like a fresh start in a way, without like, you know, completely changing the game as a whole. So I think that's cool that they are trying to implement some new stuff and being like experimental, because you never get to see them doing that at all. You know what I'm saying? Except for like the few times that they've come out with like Pokemon Stadium on GameCube. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like a long time ago. Stuff that doesn't really even exist anymore.
Yeah, it's just good that, like you said, them being on a whole new system. It's like you gotta show that you have some new ideas.
Exactly, because I mean, I understand like that you can pretty much stand on the strength of like, okay, this is Pokemon, and we bring this to the table. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, but we know that you can do other stuff. You know what I'm saying? We know that it's possible for you to do some other stuff. So we are here for you to try some new things. That's cool.
One thing. Oh, and then they did also say that the developers are claiming that the wild area is about 2 times the size of Breath of the Wild, Legend of Zelda's map, which is kind of surprising. They also, there's a like pre-order slips or something. I don't know exactly where they came from, but there's pre-order slips that show that the game is like 10.3 gigabytes. So the internet, of course, goes into like, I bet it's not even anything good in all those stores. Like, come on, man, there's some optimism. Which I mean, that's big for a Pokemon game, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I think they were saying Sun and Moon was like 3.5 gigs or something, or 4 gigs or something like that. So like over double, which I mean, it better be bigger than that. Yeah. How do you? I mean, I know you like not having so much shown, and I know with Pokemon specifically, I don't like seeing everything. But there's still so many people mad we haven't seen the starter Pokemon evolutions yet.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, man, maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Because sometimes, I mean, as far as like starters go, sometimes the evolve form is whack, and that's what'll make you pick. You know what I'm saying? That's what'll make you choose something else.
But now, I mean, you know, I like going through my whole game with my starter. But you know, for some people, that might mean if you get something you don't necessarily want, you could like trade it or something. Maybe I don't know how you feel about that, but you know, what I'm saying I don't want to. But
nah. I just wanna kind of be surprised if I see one that I like. I mean, as far as Pokemon go, if you was in the world, you don't know that stuff. You know what I'm saying? You don't
Where's
have
the adventure?
Yeah, you don't have no insider scoop on what it's gonna look like when it evolves. You know what I mean? So I think that's cool.
Yeah, I saw a post that Poke Jungle made on Twitter about at this point in time when the Sun and Moon were coming out, how many Pokemon that they had revealed. And it was like, I think out of all the like new Pokemon, they had not shown like 10 out of like the however many it is, like 70 something that were like new. And it's like, that's pretty crazy. You know what I mean? Like, it was like no surprises damn near when Sun and Moon came out. It's like, now it's like, and they're saying that there's more, you know, Galarian forms and things. They can't talk about specifically yet.
Yeah.
But from what people are saying, it's like you see a lot of like new stuff pretty early. They haven't gave like a number or anything. It's like I'm glad we haven't seen the majority of new things. Like now we can get on the internet and be like, oh man, I just found this thing or whatever, and actually be excited. Yeah, and not just like, oh, there's that thing I expected.
Yeah, to see. Exactly.
Ho hum.
Yeah, for sure.
I said I wasn't gonna talk about Pokemon too much, but there is a ranked system that they hadn't talked about like in videos, but it's on the Pokemon website for the online battles. So it kind of makes me think of like Apex or something where, you know, after so many battles, you can go from beginner tier out to Master Ball tier, which is pretty Pokemon corny, but I thought that was pretty cool. That might give me some more incentive to play online and stuff. Actually having like ranked and everything. But I don't think I have anything. Oh, I have one more video game situation to talk about. We hadn't talked about Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order too much either. But there's a new preview that came out on IGN.com. Basically, and I'm not going too deep on it, just basically saying that there's a lot more to the game than we've like seen, where it's like kind of like a Metroidvania style like Star Wars game. So that like definitely got me like pretty like intrigued.
Because I heard they said they got like dungeons and puzzles and stuff on there and stuff too. So yeah, that's tight. Because I mean, I was interested in this game, especially because I was thinking. I mean, I was hoping that it would be like I can't think of what that one Star Wars game was called, but it was similar to this, where you know you was one Jedi or whatever. So I was just, basically, long story short, I was just excited for that. And then when they said that, I was like, oh, okay. I am a little bit more interested in that.
Yeah, you know, and that's something, and I've talked about with like Rogue One, where that was more like showing like an in-depth look on what's going down in the real world of like Star Wars. And it's making it seem like Fallen Order is going to be more in the depths and not so much of the cutesy like love story of Star Wars, but this is like on the ground, like mysterious, like, you know, like you said, dungeons and things, and hopefully seeing a whole bunch of new different like creatures and stuff, which a lot of Star Wars people don't like when it's all this new stuff that pops up. I don't care as much. I'm still weirded out that the main character is played by the guy that plays Joker on Gotham, and he's on Shameless. I can't think of his name.
Yeah, I know that dude, but I don't know. I never watched none of them shows, so I don't recognize him as that. Or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just being able to look at some random person and be like, oh yeah, that's a random John. Being like, man, that's Mike from the TV show I like, man.
Yeah, he did some crazy stuff on Shameless, which I don't think he's not on there no more, but seeing him as a Star Wars main character is pretty goofy.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, Fallen Order comes out November 15th. November 15th, which is the same day as Pokemon, so that's something where I probably have to just wait, because I'm not about to split time like that. Like, there's no point of me getting both on the same day. Yeah, it'll be around.
Oh, that's what I will say. I had played I forgot to say that I played Fortnite. I got on Fortnite last night. Well, the other day or whatever. I got played a couple matches on there, like the new map, yeah, or whatever.
What did you think?
It was cool. I don't know if maybe it was because I was playing on the Switch, but I had like 4 bodies or something. Yeah. So, you know,
I didn't get on PlayStation.
Yeah, exactly. So, there's that. And it was cool because like, the map is like, all the little areas is question marks, and you actually have to go to them to
figure out what they're called and stuff. Huh. Yeah. That's interesting.
And then, like, the layout is different, and it looks all, like, it's, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's different, but it's cool, though. I might play it a little bit here and there, more like probably on the Switch, because my buddy, Lamont got one, and he keep on telling, like, well, come on, man, we need to get on Fortnite. So I might get on there on the Switch, but
yeah,
that was all. I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, I did the update on the PlayStation, but I hadn't messed with it yet. Because I was like, man, I didn't want to get on there and then like get clapped one time and then be like, well, that was that. Because that's how I did the last season. I played like once or twice. And I was like, well, I suck.
Yeah, I still can't really build and stuff, but
the main point of the game, shoot. Especially if you haven't played in a while. You're like, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, that's all though. Just want to say that.
I only got a couple more things. The Cowboy Bebop Netflix series has halted production because John Cho, who was playing Spike Spiegel, got hurt on set. So they're saying that they're not going to be able to film for at least 7 to 9 months, which sucks. But also it brought out the people like, it's probably a good thing because they're going to mess it up anyway. It's like, oh, come on, man. Like, I have like hope on it, on this series. I don't necessarily have a reason, but I think I just like the people that are playing the characters.
Yeah.
And like they had like a little fun video that came out with the little Shiba or the Corgi, whatever it is, Corgi dog walking around like the office or whatever. So yeah, that's cute. So I got a little excited about that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not much else to say, but I hope dude's okay though.
John Joe.
Yeah, I'm pretty, like I said, I'm hype on it.
Yeah.
Netflix, hopefully Netflix will do it justice.
I feel like they can. You know, Netflix does a pretty good job at that. I feel like sometimes they hit more than they miss, I guess, but they make so much stuff that
it's hard to tell.
Exactly.
It's hard to tell for sure.
The stuff that they make that I like is tight. I'll say that.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Oh, shoot. Last article I have. Studio Ghibli films are going to be coming to HBO Max, which is the one of the new streaming services that's coming out next year. So that's kind of interesting because it seemed like Studio Ghibli like keeps like switching hands. So I thought like Disney still had the rights to those movies like in America, but I don't know how rights really work. But
right.
For HBO to have those movies is pretty, I mean, it's big to like, you know, our crowd, I guess.
Yeah, because there's a lot of those movies that I still even haven't watched or, you know what I'm saying, want to watch or whatever. But you got, because they aren't anywhere, so you do got to either like buy it on DVD or Blu-ray or like, you know what I'm saying, some kind of theaters having a special event.
Phantom event.
Exactly.
That's
so
funny.
That'll be cool. I wish that they would just put them on HBO right now because that means that they have them.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Just like, nah, not yet. Yeah. Chill.
Yeah, HBO Max. I'm curious on how that's gonna do because that's gonna come out at $15 a month, which I believe having HBO, like if you have cable, is like $15 a month anyway. So I don't really know how that works. You know what I'm saying? Like how many people are gonna have either one and da-da-da. And there's like 4 different HBOs. There's like Go and
it is and
regular.
You can download every single one of them on each device, but you can only use like they are different.
Yeah.
I don't get goofy. It. Yeah, it's stupid. It's stupid, HBO. If you listening to this, you stupid.
But no, it's good though that the Ghibli films are gonna have somewhere to be watched that's more accessible. Like we were saying, like you gotta get the Disney Blu-rays really, and they're not hard to find, but they're gonna get harder to find soon. Because I was thinking about some that I really wanted to have, like Kiki delivery service and stuff that I don't have yet. So I need to kind of hurry up on that. Because I realized, like, you know, a lot of times when Blu-rays come out, they'll be like $20 or whatever. Yeah. But then when stuff does regular, they really should be like $30 or $40. You're like, damn, I don't know if I wanted that bad.
Shoot. DVD, man, come on.
And I forgot, we didn't mention it because it slipped my mind. But it's also in this article that the Boondocks reboot is gonna be on there too on HBO Max. That's right. So that's gonna suck. Because I'm not planning on getting HBO Max, but those both being on there is pretty interesting. And Sesame Street's gonna be on HBO Max. I'm not really understanding how that works. Because I thought that was a only PBS thing or whatever, kind of Disney something. I don't know, man. I don't understand any of this stuff works anyway.
You got a little grass on it, man. It's fake.
Disney did post on their Disney Plus Twitter page the other day, like a whole bunch of stuff that's gonna be day one release, which we had already kind of went through that before, but it was just funny seeing whoever's the social media rep having to click all these pictures to go through. Yeah. And it was like, I was scrolling through and I was like, damn, they really are gonna have all this stuff on there. That's tight. They got Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off on there, which if anybody's ever seen that Disney original.
How you know about that?
I love that. I watched that movie every time it came on back in the day, man.
That's crazy.
But man, a lot of the Marvel movies aren't gonna be on there released just because of the Netflix deal still in effect. But yeah, man, Disney Plus comes out less than a month also, November 12th, or was it that $7 a month or whatnot? Or I can't remember how much it is for the bundle with like Hulu and stuff, but I'm sure they're gonna get a lot of traffic that day. Sure. Just for like a lot of the series that people haven't seen in a while, like Gargoyles and stuff, and Lizzie McGuire or something.
Like, that's funny. Those voices should have been switched.
Yeah, it's definitely Lizzie McGuire. Like, whoa. Yeah. All right there, buddy. But oh yeah, I do. I always forget one thing because I'm damn near an idiot. Catwoman has been cast for Batman.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Zoe Kravitz, the daughter of Lenny Kravitz, if you didn't know, and Lisa Bonet is gonna be playing Catwoman, which sparked all the racists to come out and act like there hasn't already been a black Catwoman before. And then Paul Dano is gonna be playing the Riddler, which I don't think I've known him accept anything, but I believe he was in Girl Next Door. But he looks kind of weird now. And also Robert Pattinson was like, I don't think Batman's a hero, and everybody's like, wait, he is a hero, what do you mean? And I was like, well, Batman is kind of a jerk though, but we'll see. I'm hype on Zoe being a Catwoman though, because I like her a lot for multiple reasons.
Yeah, for sure.
But y'all the dummies out there that forgot. I mean, you know, we kind of have to try to forget that Halle Berry was Catwoman, but Eartha Kitt was Catwoman back in the 60s or whatever, which was people like that for her. So all the people acting like it wasn't a thing.
It exists.
And then they kept talking about Jonah Hill might have been in the Batman movie, and then they're like, nope, he's not. And I was like, I don't know if I wanted him in there anyway.
He's gonna be the Penguin. He ain't even fat no more, man.
Yeah,
you can't even do that.
He got extra skinny.
Yeah, man.
Did you see that? This the 90s or whatever that movie he was like he came out with,
directed or whatever.
I think it might be on Netflix or Hulu now. And I was gonna watch it one day. I forget what happened, but he was hyping that mug up like heavy. He's like, I love hip hop music. Yeah, I love skateboard. I'm like, wait, man, what happened, man? Yeah, that's all I got, man. My bad ending transition.
Yeah, I think that'll do it, man. We'll wrap up another episode 69. Honk, honk. That's what she said.
Oh, goodness. That's the honk, honk.
Man.
That
was my radio outro.
Honk, honk. I was like Q95. But, oh, man, if you got this far, hit us up, man. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Black Nerd Planet. Black Nerd Planet at gmail.com. Black Nerd Planet Patreon.com. I did it like you that time. Switching it around. But yeah, man. That's another one.
Yo, we out.
We are definitely out.
Hello, no one is available to take your call. Please leave a message after the tone.